Hello, this is for SundayKeys users mostly, and I'm going to show you how I add a few extra buttons. If you're anything like me and you have the Nano Control 2, you just want a few extra buttons to control some of the other features on Mainstage with the SundayKeys layouts. For example, like the mod wheel, or maybe the tonic itself, the volume, filter, maybe the section 5 sounds. So I'll first jump into apps that you can use, or the TouchOSC apps, and then how to connect the iPad or the phone you're using to your MacBook Pro. And if I can get to it, I'll show you how you can make your computer a Wi-Fi, create its own network, so that way you can connect your iPad or your iPhone directly to your computer. And right before jumping in, SundayKeys used to have a template back in 2020. I found pretty helpful, some extra buttons, but I've not seen that on Sunday Sounds or SundayKeys. So I made my own. So jumping into it, a couple different apps. TouchOSC. So App Store. The older version of TouchOSC is MK1, and that's the one where SundayKeys had a layout that I found helpful. But I've not had found too much support for newer layouts, so I just decided to make my own. So I'm using TouchOSC, and with this app, you can modify and edit and add all sorts of buttons, knobs to a MIDI controller layout of your liking. I've chosen to go with a tonic in the middle, with the mod wheel on the left, and section 5 on the right. And I'll show you how I connect that. For sake of space, I'll be using the iPad to show you how I connect it. So going into the computer first, I'm gonna go, let's do MIDI first. So it's called Audio MIDI Setup. I can go to the search bar. Audio MIDI Setup. So it's technically open. I'm gonna go to Window, Show MIDI Studio. I'm gonna come over to the network, looks like a world button. Okay, yeah, disconnected. Anyways. All right, so this is the MIDI network setup. I'll zoom in here, better look. This is what you're gonna need before the MIDI, at least what I found. MIDI is gonna work on SundayKeys on Mainstage. So what I do, I make a session. So I already made session 1. I tapped on iPad and I press connect, and you can see it's already connected here at 0 milliseconds latency. So this is called session 1. So jumping over to the iPad where it has the app, TouchOSC, the newer app, gonna go to the link button. I want to send MIDI, and I'm gonna press browse, and my network 1 shows up. And receive port, I'm gonna make that the same, network session 1. So that's already been done. I'm gonna press the play button, and I've already mapped all of these. That can be another video. Mapped all that to my SundayKeys layout. So now I'm just able to play and have some fun. All right, I will try to get to it. Last segment is how I'm gonna make my computer a wireless router, so that way my iPad can connect directly to the computer. So first thing, we're gonna go back to the network settings. Oh, we're gonna go to network settings in the first place. So what you wanna do, we're gonna go to network preferences. You're gonna have to do this part first in order to actually do it. So go to advanced, and we're gonna click on show legacy networks and options. This will allow you to actually make your own network. So that is selected. Okay. We're gonna go back to the Wi-Fi button, create network, and I'm gonna call it Calvin's. It's gonna be channel 11 I'm going to create it. So it's going to disconnect me from the Wi-Fi at home here, and it'll make its own little broadcast. I'll show you the icon that it looks like. Beep boop, beep boop. There it is. That's what it looks like. All right, going over to the iPad again. So what I want to do is connect to the Wi-Fi that's going to be called show up. There it is, Calvin's. I'm going to go back to TouchOSC, and I'm going to connect the link. All right, jumping back to the computer. Connection is lost with the audio MIDI setup. So I'm going to have to reconnect that to my computer, and there it shows up again. Continuing to use network session 1 for both send and receive. And with that, I'll go back to SundayKeys. Done with that, I'll press the play button on TouchOSC, and it looks like I have full functionality again. This is straight from the iPad connected to the Wi-Fi of the computer. So there you have it.